Stop. Welcome back, everybody. Got DC here, and I am not your average nut. This is like my favorite coffee mug. It's got a little M&M on it, but it says not your average nut. What's yours say?
I think it just says mug.
So I'm a nut and you're a mug. Which mine's actually not coffee. I don't like coffee, but Starbucks makes these K cups that are basically like lemonade. And instead of brewing them over ice, I just have them hot, and it feels amazing if you're sick or if it's cold out like today.
Yeah, I think it's like their refreshers that they have, but in a K cup so you can have it at home.
We're a hot mess. We're still in our pajamas. Hair's crazy. We're crazy, but we really haven't had a chance to update you guys. And this has been something that DC and I have talked about doing for like weeks now.
Yeah, and I kind of vaguely mentioned it in my most recent What's Happening Now, but I was very vague with it. Hey, stop dragging your ass.
But basically, we were wanting to update you guys because we have been getting a few comments like where you guys been, how things going, and it's just too much to text and comment back. There's just a lot has been happening. So basically, long story short, in the same week, my dad got put on hospice, and then my mom is down in like a big hospital and like a specialty hospital, and she's literally fighting for her life right now. And we're just split in so many directions. We can't manage everything. Like something had to give, more needs to give, and unfortunately YouTube had to be one of those things. I
Yeah.
do have a lot of pre-recorded videos for December already, like holiday themed videos. So you'll be seeing me in December, but right now you're not going to probably see me for the rest of the month of November. And I don't know what the future holds because like I said, we literally don't even have time to like do our laundry. Like we are just today right now is the first chance we've gotten just to sit, and instead of just sitting, we're still trying to multitask.
Yeah. Well,
But this needs to be done, and we need to like we have a lot of friends on YouTube and online, and I want them to know like we're okay. We're just going through a lot right now.
yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing too is, with dad being on hospice, there's a lot of like he's got property that needs work done on it. We've got obviously our house that needs work done as far as yard work. It's fall, if
Yeah.
you have a house and you have a tree, you know what that
Yeah.
entails. Getting everything ready for winter.
So
So
it's
a lot
kind of
of
like
our
everything multiplied by three. So it's like instead of just having our house and our leaves, now we have my mom's house, my dad's house, which I'm not complaining,
right,
but it's just a lot. And the
right.
finances too.
It takes up time.
My mom just got off a ventilator, which I'm still handling everything. But before then, I still am like handling all her bills, all her bank accounts, like managing everything that's coming in.
Yeah,
It was so much. Like with my dad, he's so organized. And so, yeah, it can be overwhelming, but like it's manageable. But with my mom, she didn't plan anything.
right.
Like she didn't set anything up for me. There was nothing written down or set up. So I have been just every day trying to get access to accounts, get passwords, pay bills. I mean, it's just been an everyday thing. And I still don't have access to everything. I'm meeting with banks, I'm meeting with lawyers. I'm trying to get everything in order because she was on a ventilator for like 2 weeks. So like we couldn't even
Yeah.
talk. She couldn't even talk. She was sedated.
And even kind of now that she's off of it, she's not
Yeah.
all there. Like
Yeah.
you said something about somebody had mentioned hospital
Dementia.
dementia. So
Yeah.
she comes and goes with her uh, alertness.
So I guess we should probably start from the beginning. So basically, I got a phone call that my mom was at our local hospital and getting ready to be transferred to a specialty hospital, which is pretty far away. Do you mind? I'm trying to do video. Long story short, in 2010, she had had a major operation and had lots of issues healing afterwards. She couldn't really reach the incision, which, in my defense, that's the surgeon shouldn't have done the elective that they did. She went in for a major surgery and wanted to get an elective cosmetic done while she was there, which makes sense, except she really wasn't a good candidate for it. And he did it anyways, and that's a different story. But she couldn't care for her incision. There were so many complications. It would keep ripping open. Just lots of complications. Fast forward maybe 2011, maybe 2012, she developed a hernia and didn't tell anybody. So we're like, what, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
So about 15 years she's had this hernia and didn't tell anybody. Also, over those 15 years, she slowly gained weight. So it just pushed and pushed and pushed and basically pushed her intestines out of her abdominal cavity. So the surgeon told me her hernia was really only about this big.
Yeah.
But
Pretty small.
the sac outside of the hernia, her skin that had the hernia, was like this big, okay? And that was all her intestines. So every time she had a bowel movement, her bowels had to go through that hernia, into that sac, circulate, push back through. And several times she would get like constipated or backed up, and she would just stop eating for a day or two, drink lots of water, and it would solve itself. Yeah. We didn't know that. She didn't tell anybody this. And she was been running fevers and didn't tell anybody either. So the week before she went to the hospital, she said like 4 or 5 days, or she like felt backed up, so she stopped eating, but it didn't get better.
Yeah, I think
and she would like drink water and she would puke up. Yeah. And then over the next 4 or 5 days, the puke was changing into feces because she was so backed up.
Yeah.
She was literally trying to drink water and then pooping out of her mouth. And so she sat with that for 4 days.
Yeah.
Before she went to the ER because she was in such pain. Yep. And she just waited too long. By the time she got to the hospital, she also is very heavy set, so that complicates everything. And they were like, they refused to operate on her. We searched other hospitals nearby. They all refused. And then finally the specialty one, they reached back out and said, hey, everybody else has refused. Will you please at least take her? So they took her, and they absolutely refused to operate on her. We met with like 5 surgeons. They all refused. They
were wanting to treat her to help get some of that, I'm almost, you could say, bile out of her so that she wasn't, having the pain and wasn't puking it. They were sucking it out through a hose.
Yeah, they basically pumped her stomach at the hospital here locally. And then when she got transferred to the specialty, she was on a constant suction where they were constantly pumping out her stomach. So she went without food and water for like 2 weeks. Yeah. Of course, then they eventually put an IV drip in her. But so they finally got everything out. And they started her on liquids. I think just water. Or just like an Ensure drink, I think. And then her bowels basically ruptured and started leaking inside of her. And so then she was rushed into emergency surgery. I went down there. She has now been rushed into 3 surgeries. And they left her incision open. They did an incision this big. They're not touching the hernia. They won't touch it. They basically said, no one's going to touch that hernia unless she loses enough weight. So that's out of question for probably another year or 2. It just depends on how fast you can lose enough weight. Like, it's going to be a couple years.
Easily.
So basically they left this incision open and they went in through that incision every time. The 3rd time, when the surgeon met with me afterwards, he was just like, she was back there for 3.5 hours. I was starting to get worried because they were just supposed to clean out her abdomen again because get the bacteria and stuff out. And he just said it was leaking in other places. They had already took out several feet of intestine with the first surgery. So the 3rd surgery, they were like, we had to take out more. And he said, she don't have very much left. And I felt like I couldn't wait any longer. So he made the executive decision to put in a colostomy bag. And he basically told me, I'm fully expecting complications. I'm fully expecting more surgeries. And she's nowhere near out of the woods. And that's just what he left me with. And she's on a ventilator, so I can't even talk to her. And I literally thought, like, I'm going to lose my mom. Like, I literally thought, like, with her size and all the complications, like,
Right. Well, and then to put it into a time frame, the night that she had that emergency surgery, the very next day is when we met with hospice for
yeah. Then we met
dad.
with hospice for my father,
And
our father.
while we're there, my mom texts me that she's going to have surgery in a few weeks for her knee, and I'm like, good God, when it rains, it pours.
Yeah. The biggest complication is like my mom's so far away.
Yeah.
Like she's a few hours away, like multiple hours. And so if you're going to go see her, it's an all day thing, which is fine. But then, like, I'm trying to juggle. I work still, which thank God I work part time and
Right.
don't have a 9 to 5. You know, I got to juggle my dad, which is not a burden. I want to be there for him. And I want to spend as much time with my dad as I possibly can because he is dying and I want to spend time with him. I'm trying to juggle being a wife and, you know, making sure that I'm spending time with you. I got to juggle myself, making sure that I'm fed, my clothes are washed. And then we have 2 dogs. We have to juggle making sure that we're here for it to not only just let out to go to the bathroom, but they deserve, you know, they deserve to have their 2 humans be available for them, you know, to take them for walks, to make sure they have food and water and are getting exercise and not just sitting in a kennel all day long. And it's just too much. And then managing all the properties and then the family members texting me, you know, and then just everyone texting me, and it's just, and then I don't even have time for YouTube, and
Right.
I don't know that I will have time soon. I don't know what the future will look like
Yeah.
because I don't think she's going to be coming out of the hospital anytime soon. And if she does, she'll be in like a rehab facility that'll be, you know, out of town, a specialty facility that can take care of her. And I fear that like my dad's only going to get worse, so he may need more help. And I don't know what's to come, but I know that I'm not going to be available for YouTube for probably a while. And I wanted to make this video so people knew like where we were.
Yeah. Kind of
You
what's
said you
going
got a
on.
comment on one of your videos, like someone complaining that
No, he messaged me on my Facebook and was like basically observing that it had been over a month since I had uploaded a video, and I think it came from a place of concern because like he had mentioned not wanting me to lose viewership, and you know, for me it was kind of like that was kind of the last thing on my mind.
you're like, bro, I got other things going on. I don't really
Like
care about
like
viewership right now.
right, and that when that happened, that's I made my what's happening now video because like I had been sitting on that for a while.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm finally going to put this video out. And I started it off with like, life is happening. And then more life is happening. And that's it. It's straight up, you know, we're
And
dealing with everything going on with dad. And that's a lot, you know, he's the only father figure I've ever known. So it's,
yeah.
you know, as that's happening, I'm feeling this sense of responsibility of like stepping up
Yeah.
to take, you know, to help take his place with the things that he had to take care of, you know?
Yeah, we want to be there for him. It's not
Right.
a burden, and we're not
Right.
complaining. We're just very overwhelmed.
Yeah. It's like a sense of growth is what I'm feeling, you
Yeah.
know? So,
And we don't want to have regrets, and so we're trying to
right.
split ourselves into 5 different people, and it's just not working. And I'm not saying that we're not going to make YouTube videos in the future. If we do get free time, we'll definitely try to squeeze something in, like we are right now.
For sure.
But
For sure, yeah.
like right now, this is like the only time we've had to just sit and like. Even now, we're multitasking, and it's just kind of. I'm at that point where something has to get. I can't do it anymore. Like, and I told you the other day, I had to fill out my dad's DNR, which is a do not resuscitate paperwork. It was his wishes, so I'm filling it out for him, and I basically filled it out for myself. I put my name, my birthday, everything, and I was like, "Oh my God, Megs, you're fucking losing it." And I had to ask for a new paper. But signing 2 DNRs in the same week for both parents is just, it's too much.
Yeah.
And the
It's a lot.
bills are piling up and the accounts and the stress. And then, like, I go to my dad's, and because my time is more split now, it's like he needs me. So when I get there, he has like this list of stuff he needs, and it's like playing catch up. And it's like I don't feel like I get to just like visit with my dad anymore either,
It's
because
like
it's like
business.
it's yeah, business. It's like this needs paid. Can you mail this? Can you drop this off? Can you do this?
Got this in the mail we need to fill out.
Can you call this place? Yeah. And so I'm over there not being just his daughter, but being like, yeah, getting business done.
Yeah.
And then it's like I'm having to ask people, can you go sit with my dad today so I can go see my mom? And then when my dad needs me, I'm like, I have like this. We just figured out a second calendar thing on my phone, so I can keep track of who is going to see my mom and what day, so that somebody's always there, because she needs somebody there every day and she doesn't have it. And I'm trying to. She's got a big family, so like they need to step it up. And I made a calendar to kind of display that there's 3 people that are the only ones that are actually stepping up, and other people need to pick up the slack, because it's not fair that me and my cousin are the only ones going and seeing my mom. Like she has other siblings, and like they need to, you know.
Yeah.
And so the calendar, like sharing that calendar, was just like a gentle way for me to display how much me and my cousin are going and what gaps need filled. And then that way, if someone sees a date, like, oh, I could probably go that day, that maybe it might encourage people to kind of step up and offer without me having to say, hey, you guys said, if you need anything, okay, this is what I need. Right. Don't offer if you need anything, and then don't be there for me, you know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. When they ask, what do you need? Like, hey, can you go see my mom? Make sure she's okay. That would definitely be the thing to, tell them.
And it's just like, I talked to you about this last night, where I'm in this constant state of, I'm constantly feeling like I'm either neglecting my dad or I'm neglecting my mom, because I can't be in 2 places.
Well, and we should probably, I don't know how many people know this, but you're an only child.
Yeah, I'm an only child. So I'm my dad's last living relative. So on his side, I'm it. Thank goodness we have a really good family friend. We always joke that he's our adopted brother. He used to work with my dad. And he does go over there and check on my dad when we need. However, the man's married. He's got a full-time job. He works 12-hour shifts. He's got 3 kids. I can't ask him to go over there and check on my dad every day.
Right.
So I try to save that for when, like, I desperately need, like, can you please go get my dad's mail, check his trash, make sure he eats.
Well, and there was a couple of days this last week when you were down in Indy. I called him to make sure he didn't need anything.
Oh, my dad? Mm-hmm. Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Aww. Yeah, one of them, I went to the store and I was like, hey, do you need anything?
Yeah, if you ask him if he needs something from the store, this is how my dad is. He will tell you no. But if I say, hey, we're going to Walmart, you want me to pick you up anything? He'll be like, oh, yeah, can you get me pickles and Cheetos?
Which is what I did. I was there, and I was like, hey, I'm here. Do you need anything?
And that's what I told our family friend. I was like, don't ask if his trash needs taken out. Just go check it.
Yeah.
Don't say, do you want me to pick you up anything from... No, just say, hey, I'm going to Arby's for lunch. You want a sandwich? Like, you have to kind of like...
He's a very headstrong...
Play the game, you know?
Very headstrong, stubborn, independent person. So a lot of times you have to present it like it's his idea.
Well, and my cousin was like, when she found out he's on hospice, she was like, can't they help out more? I was like, first of all, they're only there once a week, and I'm lucky that my dad even agreed to that.
Right.
Second of all, I still want to go see my dad.
Right.
He's dying. Like, I want to spend time with him. And even when hospice is there, like, I still, like, this last week, they were there and I missed the day that they came. I want to be there because, like, I want to hear, like, updates and know what's going on. They're basically his doctor now. I don't know if people understand that. When you go on hospice, you don't go to the doctor anymore. You don't go to the hospital anymore. Like, they're now your everything.
And I think the big misconception with hospice is most people think that that's when you're basically on your deathbed, and that's not the case.
It's not always the case, but yeah.
Right. Hospice is typically who's there at that point in your life, yes.
Yeah.
But it can start as early as like you just like if you're not going to be going to the doctor, they have a nurse that comes and sees you and does your checkups so that you don't have to go to the
Yeah.
doctor. They bring you
Basically,
medicine that you need and things like that.
basically his chemo doctor told him when he was like, well, how do I know when it's time to go in hospice? And she told him when coming to see me becomes too much, which is once a month,
Yeah.
it's time to go in hospice.
Yeah.
So he can still shower himself. Like he has a shower chair and everything in his shower. So he can still do that. He just needs help with a lot of other things, which I'm fine taking care of. It just,
and, you know, because I've had that misconception about hospice too, but I work at a nursing home and there are residents at that nursing home who go on hospice. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize they were that bad, but they'll be on hospice for months. And it's just like an extra service that they can have to help sure their needs are met.
mm-hmm.
It's not so much, hey, they're on their deathbed, let's make them comfortable. I think that
it is. I mean, that really is like our main focus is their comfort.
Right. But it's not at that stage in life where they're dying. Like they're about to die any day now. You know what I mean? I think that's the bigger misconception.
But they are like they're at that stage where they are dying. Like we all are dying, right?
Stop poking holes in what I'm saying. What I'm getting at though is it's not like you're gonna die within the week. You know what I mean? Like you can't move, you're bed bound. That I think that's the big misconception is you're bed bound. And that's,
I will agree with that, but I just so that you understand, like hospice is the end. Like that is the last.
I know. I'm just saying that it's not right. It's not always right at the end. Sometimes, you know, the finish line's still a mile away.
Yeah.
It's not 10 feet away. It can be a mile away still.
It's like hospice is like the end credits, but you don't know how long the end credits are going to be.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just going through a lot. And my mom, oh my gosh, when they pulled her off that ventilator, it was awful. She thought she had died and went to hell. And so she was just arguing with everybody like that she wasn't alive and that it was just another trick. Like they were just playing mind games on her again. It was so sad, so heartbreaking. And so they called me like, you need to get up here. And I rushed to the hospital and I get in there and as soon as she seen me, she started crying and she goes, are you real? Is this real? Like, it was like, it took her hours and hours and hours. She just didn't quite believe it was real because she felt like it was another trick.
And I don't think she's fully returned from that. And really, you know, like with that dementia.
And she's
it
not
makes a
like
lot of sense because that's so traumatic to hear what she went through.
I know.
Because she was sedated and on that ventilator for a week.
So basically
every day she went through that when
multiple times a day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when she's talking about what she went through, like to think about that for a week for us that passed. Yeah. How much, like how long that had to feel for her.
I don't want to share online what her nightmare was, but I just want to share that she basically had the worst day of her life, right? It was a nightmare. But it kept repeating. It was like the day after what was that, Groundhog Day movie? It was that, but it was the worst nightmare possible.
In like a torturous way.
Yes, and she described she kept searching for a calendar, couldn't find one, and she would watch the clock. And she started keeping track when the dream would repeat. It had been a couple weeks, it had been a couple months, and she was keeping track of how long she had been in hell. Basically, they were torturing her in different ways and stuff. And she admitted that it had gotten to a point where when she had realized that this was just repeating and repeating and there was no way out, she started to kind of contemplate, did I die in surgery and is this my hell? And at one point in her dream, like she went up to somebody and like begged them, just please kill me. Like I can't take it anymore, just kill me. And they looked at her and said, honey, you're already dead. And she said that confirmed it for her, that she had died. Yeah. She went to hell. This was her own personal punishment and that she was being punished for her life choices. And there was no convincing her otherwise. Like she truly believes that. And she's not very religious. And so I asked her, I said, do you want to meet with a pastor or something or chaplain? And she said no. But when she came out of sedation, like the next day or whatever, I went to go visit her, she was just like apologizing for everything she did to me growing up. She apologized for everything she did to my dad and everything she put us
That's
through.
the one that really shocked me.
Yeah. She just full on like took responsibility for, hey, stop, for everything, and just said, it's my fault I'm here, nobody else's fault, which is huge because up to this point, she never really took full responsibility. So
Right.
I don't know. I think personally, my beliefs, I think that she was rushed into emergency surgery. I was on my way to the hospital, but like I said, I'm so far away. She called me crying. She doesn't know what she should do. She had this fear she was going to die in surgery, and so like maybe she doesn't want to have it. Like maybe just let me die peacefully. Like she was really worked up and conflicted, and that's the state of mind she went to when she went to surgery. And like I told DC, when we watch a scary movie and then we go to bed, we have nightmares. And I think that's what she had.
Yeah.
When she was on sedation on the ventilator, she woke up several times a day, and we would talk to her and she would acknowledge us or shake her head or squeeze our hand. She don't remember any of it though. But she would start to fight the intubation, and they had her hands tied and everything. And so they'd have to resedate her if she would get too rambunctious, basically.
Yeah, too worked up.
And that was all day long. And so my thoughts are she was coming in and out, and every time she came in and out, the nightmare repeated. So she would kind of wake up, she'd be okay for a few moments, and then they'd have to resedate her constantly. And it would put her back in that state, that dreamlike state where that nightmare repeated. That's what I think happened.
I do too. And I firmly believe that maybe that was such a traumatic experience for her subconscious that her conscious side of her brain, now that she's awake,
Can't comprehend it.
is struggling with that because she'll kind of say things to us when we're there that don't make sense, like the guy in the closet. And I heard her say something yesterday about hands coming up and just like massaging her. Did you catch that?
Oh no, she was saying the bed. There was hands inside the bed that were trying to grab her and pull her into the bed.
Yeah. Which she's on like a air mattress that moves her.
Yeah. But she also said that there's like a little guy in her closet, that there's teenagers that were coming in her room, making fun of her. Yeah. So I definitely think that, we got her off of like the heavy medication, that the painkiller. We got her switched to something else because I think she's having
something very mild now. So
yeah,
like, she should not still be hallucinating on this medicine she's on.
Yeah.
And she seems to be.
Well, and then like, so she has a colostomy bag now, right? And she knows it and like everything. But yesterday she kept obsessing over, I'm going to have to poop. Eventually I'm going to have a bowel movement and I can't get out of bed. And I'm like explaining to her, you have a colostomy bag now. Like that's not even connected anymore. And she was just like, no, Megan, listen, I'm going to have to go. I'm like, it ain't connected. Like you can try. I don't think that's gonna come out.
What that bag is, just go. Which she shouldn't even be feeling the urge to poop, because that should not even be going that far down for her to feel that urge.
Well, it's in the colostomy bag's attached to her intestines, so it's not even going through her colon or anything. Right. Like she doesn't even have any of that left. They had to remove so much.
Yeah.
I just think she's so disoriented and confused, and I think some of that sedation may be affecting her still, and right. I don't know, but it's just been a lot, you guys, and we just wanted to make sure you guys knew that we're okay. We're stressed, but we're okay. Yeah. And if you don't see us for a while, just know that we're busy, and we'll reply to comments when we can. We'll make videos when we can, but right now I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Like,
right.
I think I know what I'm doing tomorrow, and then I get called to go do something else. So
yeah, it's kind of like you don't really make plans because you just don't really know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I just literally feel so overwhelmed right now. Just and DC is having to kind of pick up some of my slack. And so he's been busy too, because like a lot of times I'll start laundry and stuff, but if I get pulled out of the house and go do something, like then it just sits there, and so then he'll come home and he'll do that instead of doing a video, or he'll have to take care of the dogs or whatever because I'm down at the hospital. I'm not home. So I appreciate you, trying to help alleviate some of those things.
That's what we do. We're a team.
That's what couples are supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do when you love each other. You're supposed to help each other and be a team. But I think I just constantly, like, my brain just, I can't stop because there's my never ending to-do list is just growing and growing and growing. And then things are starting to blur for me, trying to manage 4 people's finances.
Yeah.
4 people's household, like winterizing the home and doing all that. And then, you know what I mean? It's too much.
Yeah.
And then I work, I'm not going to say who I work for, but I work from home. So I work like from home on a computer, but it's also like emails and stuff are linked to my phone. So like even if I'm not home and I'm not clocked in working, I'm still getting constant work up. Like it's just, I feel like I can't get away. And now that my mom's in the hospital and they're having emergencies, like when I go take a shower, I take my phone with me now.
Right.
I used to listen to music in the morning when I got ready, and I don't anymore in case my phone rings. Like, I feel suffocated by my phone. I don't know how else to explain it.
No, that makes sense.
I'm not somebody who likes to be on my phone a lot. Like, I used to enjoy scrolling on TikTok or maybe playing a game once in a while, but I just feel so suffocated with my phone.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just feel suffocated.
Right. Well, in this year, you started hunting.
Yeah, that's gone
I
now.
haven't been doing that as much either since.
We were supposed to go yesterday, but I needed to go see my mom. I was just like, I really don't have time to go hunting. Yesterday was opening season for firearms here in Indiana, and we had a big hunting group planned and everything planned. And then I had to tell the guys yesterday, I was like, hey, I said, I'm not going to be able to go tomorrow. And they're like, what? They're like, I thought you and Kenny. And I'm like,
yeah,
I can't, buddy. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I want to go. I can't. Like,
yeah.
I can't justify spending 6 hours out there when I could be down seeing my mom.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it too, is like since your mom's been in the hospital, because that was 2 days before Halloween that happened, and it's like my perception of Halloween is like what
Like,
happened?
yeah.
What, you know what I mean? I very vaguely remember it.
I still haven't even watched Hollow Wicked set yet.
I haven't either.
I haven't had time to.
Low-key put out a new album I've been listening to, and it's like my perception of when that came out.
You need to scoot from the wall. You're about to hit it.
Yeah, my perception of when that came out is off a little bit,
Yeah. I kind of want to refill, but I shouldn't. This has caffeine in it. Sorry.
Oh, it won't hurt you.
Yes, it can.
The second one won't hurt you. Now, if you had 10, yeah, probably not good.
Yeah, so I am really sad because hunting was my one hobby.
It was kind of like, I don't want to say this to make it sound bad,
Stop.
but it was kind of one joy you've been able to have this fall.
And I needed it because it's you put your phone away, you go out into the woods, and the only way I can explain it to you guys is you sit up in that deer stand and 15 minutes, or just sit there quietly, right? Your eyes start to adjust, your ears start to adjust, and it's like your civilian life, right? Your humanness starts to fade away, and you become one of nature, and you are like a fly on the wall. You're seeing things that humans aren't meant to see because these animals don't know you're there. Yeah. And it's just a magical time to just think and collect yourself, and not only that, then that's my time. But afterward, one of my favorite parts is tracking. I love tracking. I don't even care if I get a deer or not. I love the Easter egg hunt that tracking is, and the adrenaline and the thrill of when you find it and you're like, yeah, I did that. It's it's thrilling because you just never know
Well,
You can look around the corner, look around the tree, and there the deer's gonna, like, you just don't know. And so it's like, it is a thrilling.
And I don't know if it's like this for you, but that's the other thing I like about going out to the woods like that is it's a reset because not only are you not on your phone, but for me, like where that cabin is, there's no running water, there's no
Yeah.
electricity. So it's like to me, it's like returning to a state of life that pioneers experienced years ago, 200 years ago,
Yeah.
of like when life was so much more
Yeah.
simpler yet more challenging.
It's like camping.
Because,
You
like,
love camping, so it makes sense you would love to go out there.
when you go hunting like that, and I know there's a very
Stop.
negative connotation with hunting, of like just killing mindlessly.
There are hunters that do
There
do
are
that.
lots of hunters that are like that, but if it's done right, there's a certain
Ow,
grace with it.
stop
There's
it.
a certain peace with it,
Sorry, hang on.
and
No. You don't bite.
for me, it's kind of like it takes you back to what life must have been like back then, so
Yeah.
that when we come back home,
You appreciate everything?
you appreciate everything much
Yeah.
more because it's kind of like we have so many conveniences at our fingertips
Yeah.
in life these days that they didn't have back then.
Well, you
And
realize
so
that
going out
when
and tracking that deer like you're talking about, it almost kind of gives you that like sense of survival. Like, yes, you're hunting, you're going to try to find this animal that you just killed, but you didn't kill it mindlessly. You killed it so that you have food to eat so that you can survive.
well, and on the note that what you just said, like when we skin and gut them ourselves, no biting, no, you do not bite your sister. When you skin and gut yourself, when you get into like the fatty tissue, it kind of prevents your gutting knife from working properly, and so you have to pour like boiling water, hot water over and get that fat off. There's no electricity.
Yep.
So you have to go get water. You have to go heat the water, and it is a whole experience, and I love it. I love all of that. I also love we would go out a little early and we just hang out with the guys.
Yeah.
Just sit around the fire, just hanging out with the guys, and then I go into the deer stand, and whether you're there or not, I get my me time. And if you're there, I get time with you, and then we come back together, and then we all go track, and then it's so much fun. I just love it, all of it.
It's very therapeutic for sure.
Yeah, and like you don't even hunt, but you still love going out there. That just proves that like it's not just about the hunting part.
Yeah. Which the reason I don't hunt is I don't have the greatest eyesight, and because there's a certain moral code I feel like certain hunters don't follow. For me, it's I don't feel confident that I can make a good shot so that the deer doesn't suffer, so I don't do it, and that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
We've had one of the guys in the group was like, "Well, what if we get you a scope?" And I'm like, "I don't like just coming out here is enough for me, because you hunt and you can make a really good shot to where they don't suffer."
So like, why would we're not hurting for meat, so.
Right. It's not like I need to go hunt. I don't need to go out there and shoot an animal.
Yeah. Well, you said I loved what you said when they were like trying to get you to like join in on, and they just like you is what it is.
Yeah.
The guys just like you, and they want you out there more, I think. DC was like, I'm a second-hand hunter. I hunt the freezer, and I love that. I think that was like so funny.
It in the woods, and then I hunt it in the freezer.
Yeah, I mean, if we were hurting for meat, that may be different, but we have plenty to get us by. We're okay.
Yeah.
I do need to get like 2 more deer, but I don't know how I'm going to now. But anyways, I don't know. I grew up with guns and archery and target practicing and hunting and tracking. So for me, it's a little bit different, and when, I shot my first deer, I wasn't like cheering and hurrahing. I was instantly, God, I really hope I got a good shot. I felt like I couldn't breathe because we had a lot of trouble tracking my first deer. And when we finally found it, and I realized it was just laying there peacefully, and then I got a good shot and it didn't suffer. Well, I mean, I'm sure it felt something, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
It was just like, oh, thank goodness.
It didn't limp and
Yeah,
lay
and
there
then
for
I could felt
hours
like
on
I could
end.
celebrate. Then it's like, okay, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I could not. I would lose sleep if I couldn't find that deer that I shot. I would lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
That's why this last time you went with hunting, and our buddy got a deer, and they were like wanting to give up. I was like, no, sir, no. And I looked right at him, the one that shot it, and I said, are you ready to give up? They are. Are you ready? He's like, no, not really. I was like, okay. I said, then I'm going to stay here with you, and we are going to find this deer. And I'm not leaving until we find it. Like, if you still want to look, I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Because he was a lot younger, and so it was his first deer. So he's, I felt like he was getting pressure from the other guys, like, oh, if it went this far, it's gone. Just call it. And I'm like, no. Are you ready to give up? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, then I'm not giving up. As long as you're down, I'm down. We're going to find this thing. And I'm not giving up on you. Because, that was going to be his first experience.
Yeah.
And he was going to have to go home with that. I'm like, no, we're going to find it. And we did find it. And it was like, how could you give up so fast? No. When you made that shot, that deer is now your responsibility. You have a moral responsibility to make sure it's not laying somewhere suffering or injured somewhere. You have a responsibility. That is now your responsibility.
Yeah.
When you take the shot, it now becomes yours, in my opinion. And it is legally, you are supposed to do everything in your power to retrieve that deer, to harvest it. Whether that be if it goes on a neighbor's property, trying to get permission to go over there. Like, you have every obligation to do everything possible before you claim, can't find it, let's go home. You have a responsibility to do everything possible to try to retrieve it.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that drives me crazy when other guys in the hunting group have shot something and then like, I looked for a couple hours, couldn't. I'm like, why didn't you call me? Like, I could have come helped.
Right.
You just gave up? I'm sorry, what? No. I don't like to give up. I'm sure the coyotes liked it. They got a nice good dinner that night, but
yeah.
I don't know, it just bothers me. I am really excited to get back out there though. I know I would like to get us at least 1 or 2 more deer for us to be good all year. I really want to go turkey hunting, but I just don't think I have the time for it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's a next year thing.
Yeah, maybe next year. I do like when you go out there with us hunting. It's nice to be able to spend time with you too. And I think I told you this. A lot of times, when we're just hanging out or whatever, the other guys will be bitching or complaining about their wives and oh, I don't know when I'm going to be able to come out again. I'll have to get permission. And I'm just sitting there
right.
Don't have that problem. Can't relate because my partner's awesome. And he doesn't care how much I go. You've never once ever been like, you guys are going hunting again? You've never once. You're just like, good luck, babe. Let me know if you get anything. And then, when I go hunting without him, our routine is I always send him a picture of the sunrise. And then when I get done hunting, when I see him, the first thing he says is, did you see anything? Show me pictures, show me videos. You're excited to hear about my day. And I just think that that's awesome. And I love our relationship.
Me too.
I'm really tired. I feel like I can go back to bed.
That's kind of what I was feeling. We got yard work to do today. We used to mulch up here and at Dad's. And I didn't even think about your mom's. I guess I didn't realize she does have trees out there.
Yeah. She's like, she hires this guy to mow and stuff for her, but I don't have his phone number. I don't know how far up he's paid. I don't know anything. Like,
Well, it might just be something that we go take care of.
you're adding more to our plate. Stop adding stuff.
Well, I mean, if it needs done.
I mean, listen, priorities. Can't do everything. I
But
don't
yeah.
know. You know what? I feel like I need
Hmm.
just like binge watch a TV show or like just sit and just like popcorn and chocolate and just like the best beverage ever and just like what do they call it, like comatosing for like hours, just
Hey,
hibernating.
maybe here in a few weeks we'll get that opportunity.
Look at this little face.
Yeah, when all the yard work's done and
Yeah. So yeah, I've been very mentally unstable.
life.
And then like also I having other opinions. Like I told you that like I have family members who I haven't heard from in years now reaching out like, "How's your mom? How are you doing? Did you sleep good last night? Let me know when you make it home safe." And I told DC last night because that they one of them, a couple of them were doing that to me, and I was like, "How do I nicely say you didn't give a fuck about me for 2 years? I haven't heard fucking shit from you in 5 years, and now you want to know? Text me when I make it home safe. No, fuck you. I'm not texting you when I make it home safe. You're not my mama. You ain't no. You don't get access to me like that. No. It's like there's no way to nicely say that without hurting their feelings. And like I know you were offering a few suggestions, but there's just no way to say it without like just destroying their feelings.
Yeah.
And two cousins in particular, and I think you know who I'm talking about. I haven't seen them since my grandmother's funeral.
Yeah.
Which how long ago was that?
2023.
Really?
Yeah.
Just 2 years ago? Gosh, it
It'll be
feels like it's
3
been
it'll be
5.
it'll be 3 years in May.
Okay, so about 3 years. Have not heard one word from them in 3 years. Not one word. Not a happy Thanksgiving. Not a Merry Christmas text. Not one word. Don't even have these cousins on Facebook. They didn't even have my number. They got my number from somebody else. Because when they text me, it come up like, an unknown number. And it's like, hey, this is so and so. It's
Well,
like, no, you don't get access to me in my life now. Like, if you want to go see my mom, great. I would never deny you of that. And they need to know the room number and stuff. I've texted them like, hey, she moved rooms, whatever. I'm cordial. But no, it's like, fuck you, is what I want to say. Is like, fuck off. Like, no.
to play devil's advocate just a little bit is maybe they didn't, because they didn't have your number, they didn't know. I don't know. And that's the other thing too that's really tough.
They couldn't add me on Facebook.
That's the thing that's really tough, and this is kind of something I carry with me every day. And I think you and I have kind of talked about this before. To just treat other people that you encounter in the world with respect, because you
Yeah.
never know what they're going through.
Yeah. And you never know if they're on the edge.
Right.
And that's why I haven't said anything.
Right.
But when other family members who literally didn't even show up to my wedding are now texting me kissy emojis and hug emojis and if you need anything, let me know. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from you in 10 years. Like, I've invited them to my wedding, or to Thanksgiving or Christmas and they don't show up or don't even respond back to me. And I did that for a couple years and I was like, you know what? I did my part. I reached out. I'm done. I'll walk away.
Yeah.
And then like years go by and then now, I mean, if you need anything, if I need any, where the fuck were you 5 years ago?
And that could be a certain level of guilt they're feeling.
Good. They should feel guilty.
Yeah, I'm just.
I'm the baby. I'm the youngest cousin out of all of them.
You were the youngest grandchild, right?
I'm the youngest grandchild. I'm the youngest cousin.
Yeah.
And no, not one of all of my cousins, not one checked to see if I even had anywhere for Thanksgiving after my grandma died. Checked to see if I, because we used to always go to my grandma's house. Do you have somewhere to go? If not, you have a seat at my house. Not one. Not one aunt, not one uncle, not one cousin checked on me. Do you have somewhere to go for Christmas?
Yeah, it was actually kind of crazy.
If you want, you're welcome to come here. Not one.
It was kind of crazy because we kind of formed a new connection, and a great aunt of yours inviting us to her house for Thanksgiving, which that was like, whoa.
Because we had nowhere else to go.
Yeah, that was new,
Yeah.
It wasn't who I was expecting the invite from.
You know what, though? So, like, my great aunt, which would be my mom's aunt, and her side of the family, which we're not super close to, they invited me, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't heard a word from nobody else, and she's the one that invited me. Sure, I'll come. And we had a blast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not making time for people who don't make time for me. And it's like...
Yeah. If I'm free and you want to hang out, sure. But I'm not going to cancel other plans to go meet up with this person.
Right. For me, I feel like it's really good to have high standards, but make sure that they're realistic standards. So for me, when my grandma died, I did reach out to all of my cousins, my aunts, and my uncles for 2 years. Me and DC invited them over for Thanksgiving or for Christmas, our wedding. They didn't show up. I tapped out after 2 years. And you know what? Oh, fuck you guys. They never reciprocated it. And that's the issue, is like, that's where I draw the line of like a standard, or having high standards but being realistic. I get everybody's going through stuff, but if it's been like 5 years, you know what I mean? Like, and you haven't reached out to me, and I have for you, like, then no, you're not.
Yeah.
I don't really want you in my life, I guess. That's what I'm saying. Nicely. But yeah, like, so right now they're all reaching out to me to see my mom, and that's fine. That's great. And like, I'm happy for my mom that she's surrounded by these family members, and I have a calendar, and I'm coordinating everything so that I'm making sure that no one's overlapping and that there's someone there every day to see my mom. And, multiple people aren't making the same drive for the same time of the day, and I'm coordinating all that for my mom, not for them.
Right.
And so then when they send me heart emojis or, text me when you get home, I just leave them on red. I'm like, no, fuck you. I can't, I'm not going to say that. So I'm just going to leave them on red. It's just like, I don't have anything nice to say, so I'm just like not going to say anything at all. But it's like, nah, you know what? No, you don't get access to that. You don't get access to me now just for you to disappear on me again. Like, no.
Right. Damn, it's already going on 11?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Holy.
Where'd the time go?
It's because we haven't had an opportunity to do just this.
Yeah. To just sit and...
Yeah.
I mean, we did. I guess we kind of did with hunting, but...
You can't talk when you hunt.
That's true. You have to kind of sit quietly. Not kind of. You have to sit quietly.
The last time I was out there without you, it was a few times ago. I don't even know. I was just out there and I was just like, it was so beautiful. And I was just like, it just hit me in my feels that like, Dad's never going to be able to experience this again.
Yeah.
Like, he's there with me in spirit, but...
I think he always will be.
But what's crazy to me is like, some of the other guys were talking about like when they, like, Mike, when he first started hunting, he said he didn't get a deer for 5 years. He hunted for 5 years and didn't get a deer.
Oh, I just enjoyed going out there.
No, like he didn't get a deer. Like he tried. And so it's like, I think about like, wow, like my perspective of that in comparison of like me and dad went out 6 times. On the 7th time of me going out this year, I got my first deer.
Yeah. And it was what, the third or fourth time that he got his?
Yeah, I have to go look at the vlogs, but yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm so glad I vlogged that now because I have those memories with my dad. And
Yeah, because I think that was the last time he went out, right? It was when he got his.
yes, yeah. And so it's kind of like when my memory starts to fade, which is the whole reason I even started vlogging. I didn't have like a bunch of subscribers when I started vlogging. It was for myself. When my memory starts to fade, I can go back and watch those things.
Yeah.
When I first started YouTube, it was just me and like 5 friends, and we would vlog and do stuff so we could watch each other's like what's going on in our lives because we lived so far apart. I never thought I would have 900, and I think the last time I checked was like 935 subscribers. I'm almost at 1,000. That's crazy to me. Like,
Yeah.
it's even crazy that many people even care. But like,
That's how I felt about mine, you know, at the start of mine to talk Juggalo music because outside of having you, I didn't have a bunch of friends to talk Juggalo music with. And so I started doing videos. And now it's grown to the point that I have all those people to talk with without even needing to make videos because
yeah.
of Discord, Messenger,
And think how many
Instagram.
friends, how many like good, true friends you've met through YouTube. It's crazy, right? Like the
Right.
little community that we have.
Echo Side Fiend. How I met him was he won my Marvelous Missing Link Found giveaway. That's how him and I started talking. And it bloomed into this friendship now where he comes to our house and stays the night.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You know, it's awesome.
Yeah, it really is. I love like, you know, there's certain people that, comment on a lot of your videos and you start to build like these friendships with each other and sharing things about each other's lives. And, you know, I have noticed several times where they like will stop commenting or something and maybe like a couple of videos go by. I'm like, you know what? I hope they're okay. You haven't heard from them in a while,
Yeah.
and like I'll go try to find their channel or their Instagram page or whatever, message them, hey, I hope you're doing okay. Because I'm like, I'm getting worried. Like I haven't heard from them,
Yeah.
And so like the relationship goes both ways. And I love our little YouTube community for the most part. I mean, there's always bad eggs, but
For sure.
I love the friends that we have made through YouTube. And like, it's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
And I'm so glad that I did the hunting vlogs, even though I don't know if I'll get to continue them this year. I would like to, but it's kind of one of the things like, when am I going to find time to edit? So
She just went to the door and then came over here.
you got to go outside?
You gotta go potty?
You got to go potty? You got to go outside?
I know I kind of gotta go pee. Oh.
So I think we should end the video then with, we're okay. We're just really overwhelmed and stressed.
Yep, we're here. Life.
We're here. We're alive.
Life
You may or may not hear from us. We're okay.
Yeah, life is lifing right now.
Life is lifing. And yeah, man, because I didn't make any Halloween content. I haven't even watched Hollywicked set yet. I don't even have time for myself, barely.
Yeah, I don't think I filmed a single review in October.
I don't know if you have the same feeling. Like I'm having this feeling of like missing Megs.
What do you mean?
Like I miss myself. Like I haven't got to do anything for me. Like I don't get to go hunting. I don't get to make YouTube videos. I don't get to color or make crafts or paint or woodwork. I don't get to do anything that I like doing. I don't have time for me.
It feels like it's been a while since we got to just go do something outside of hunting, outside of, like going and doing something that we enjoy, like even Pokemon Go.
Oh,
we
yeah.
Way down on playing that.
We haven't been to any of our local meetups in weeks. I just miss Megs. I just miss spending time with her.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm lucky to, I'm struggling. I'm doing it, but I'm struggling to find the time to shower and brush my teeth every day and do my laundry and stay caught up and make sure that I have enough food to last me the week. Like, that I'm struggling with. I'm doing it, but I'm struggling finding the time of I have to go get a shower. I have to brush my teeth. And so like that is consuming the only time I have. Or and many times you'll come home and there'll be like one load in the washer but not finished because I started it and had to leave. It's like I'm
Yep.
just trying to get by.
Yeah, I think it was Friday. I came home and I had part of my load in the dryer and the rest of my load was in the washer, so I threw it in the dryer. Which I
Yeah.
think it's still in the dryer now. I gotta go.
I can
fold
help you
it.
fold those real quick. But yeah, I miss Megs.
Yeah.
I miss going hunting and I miss playing Pokemon and I miss woodworking and I miss
It's definitely a time in our life that we're gonna look back on and like that was a hard time, but we made it through.
yeah.
You know.
I've also been struggling with, my previous job, the one I referred to as my big girl job.
Yeah.
I'm like having deception where it's like, am I mentally deteriorated or is this just more stressful than that? Like I'm having this I don't know if that makes sense. Where like I'm like I managed all that back then. How can I not manage this? And so I'm conflicted. Like, is this just so overwhelming that it would be overwhelming to anybody? Or am I just mentally not at my A game anymore like I used to
You
be?
talk about the one we worked at together. I think with that, it's because
It turned off at 5 o'clock.
well, it turned off for one, but for two, I think it's different when it's your own shit you're dealing with versus somebody else's. You know what I mean? Like you had to organize things for other people. And while yeah, you're organizing things for your mom and your dad, it directly impacts you. So I think
Like,
it's
I can't
different.
say, well, this is the decision you made. Deal
Right.
with it.
Right. Because it impacts you. Whereas at
Yeah.
that job it was, hey,
It's
you
natural
need to do
consequence.
this or
Yeah.
right.
Maybe you're right.
The natural consequences that we face from not doing it is the weight we carry. That's the stress we carry. Versus at that wasn't like if it didn't work out, that wasn't didn't affect us in the same way it would have affected them, but now it does.
Maybe you're right because I've just been feeling like, am I slacking? Like, am I not at my A game? Am I deteriorating mentally because I can't keep up? Or is it that this is just too much for one person and what I'm feeling is completely normal and everything's okay? Just do your best. And if you can't, you can't.
Yeah. Well, can you imagine if you were still there?
No. There's no way I'd be able to do a full-time job and do all this. There's no way.
Yeah.
I'm spending like 6-7 hours at my dad's house a day.
Yeah.
And then I work from home 2 to 4 hours in the mornings and then in the evenings I'm with you and you and I are trying to do dishes and laundry and dogs and grocery shopping and
I think that's why I forgot you when you talked about that recipe you wrote down for me. That's why I think I forgot that you did, and I finally remembered you showing me.
yeah.
But because with my job, I have to plan ahead for appointments to drive. So
Are you okay?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, it's just right now our census is up. We're at like 100 residents,
Oof.
and a lot of appointments that are overlapping. So it's the juggle of okay, can my backup driver help? If not, okay, I need to talk to this person, have them reschedule it. I mean, it's
Do
a
you
lot.
feel like you're getting too overwhelmed at work at all?
Not really, no.
Do you feel like you're getting enough time to decompress at home?
I do, yeah. But that's also another element of why sometimes I come home and I might have a couple hours free to do a video, and it's like I just want to chill.
Yeah. Because whether people want to admit it or not, like YouTube is a job, even though like I don't get paid for it. It's still a job. Like, you're still editing, you're still taking a lot of time out of your day to do something.
There's still an element of work to it. Hey, little gremlin.
Gosh, she is. Hey, you leave your sister alone. I just real quick want to make sure that if that ever changes, that you won't be afraid to come tell me in fear that like I have too much on my plate already and you can't talk to me. Like, I want you to come to me if that changes. Like, if you feel like things are just too much for you. You know?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm close.
No, but if that changes, you'll come. Just, I'm asking, like, just come tell me. And don't worry about me being overstimulated. Like, it would bother me more if you hit it than, you know?
No, I'm doing okay because, like, the thing that I've started to do is rather than go talk to the managers on each floor to say, hey, I need to get this rescheduled, I've started to email and tag my two main bosses so that they're aware of it and leaving kind of a paper trail because
Yeah.
and that actually helped because Friday there was 2 overlapping appointments and I sent an email out and the main boss, he was like, hey, let's reschedule this one because this one's kind of important. He stepped in and helped do it. And it's like, okay, this is what I should have been doing all along.
Instead of running around.
Instead of running around like a fucking chicken with its head cut off.
I'm glad that you found a solution to kind of alleviate some of that for you.
The only other thing I'd say I need to do is try to make sure I have access to my email from my phone because I'm not always able to sit at a computer and send out an email. You know, but if I'm in a waiting room, I can hop on my phone and shoot an email out.
Is that something that they'll do for you?
Probably, they probably would. They let me have access to calendar.
Yeah, I talked to somebody.
Yeah.
Are you okay with like stuff at home?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because your wife's awesome, or?
Yeah. That's because we're both awesome.
Not everybody has an awesome wife. I'm just saying.
I think the only thing that really at home that was stressing me was the entertainment center. But now that we got it moved and it's in a spot that, you know, if we have to deal with it in the wintertime, we can deal with it in the wintertime.
Dude, it's going to be summertime before we get that thing done.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember that in the vlogs when we were like redoing that entertainment center? There's one piece left. One piece. But girl, there is no way that's getting done anytime soon.
Right.
There is no way.
Yeah. Spring. That's a spring project.
Yeah.
Then it'll have been a year since we got it. I'm going to take this off because I've got to go use the bathroom.
Alrighty. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
And we'll see you when we see you.
Yes, or you'll see us when you see us.
We'll hear from you when we hear from you, and you'll see us when you see us.
Ah, I like that.
How about that?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting old.
Oh, I feel that.
Oh, body stiff. Bye.
Bye.